Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, are you allowing yourself to dream a little bit more about beautiful hopes now?
I'm allowing myself to just enjoy. I think, sometimes in football, you work really hard, you sometimes get good results, sometimes not. But I think tonight was a perfect night for us. Being able again to play at Stamford Bridge with our fans and being able to turn things around. Again, I'm really proud of my players, and it was a difficult challenge, but we believed it was possible, and I think this belief was something really strong in our side and maybe made the difference.
Yeah, you say that the belief is strong in your side. Are you kind of aware of this aura that you have as a squad? You know, people used to describe Chelsea's mentality amongst them, people still do describe you as that. Are you kind of aware of that aura?
I think it's really important. The mental aspects in terms of performance are sometimes more than 70-80% of the performance and the results. So I think tonight, it was part of the game. Obviously, was also to have this belief, to have this mental strength going into the game, and just to think it was possible to achieve that, even if, again, the challenge was tough because, as you could see, we faced Man City 4 times. When you have to play the same team 4 times in 12 days, that's a really big challenge. And, I just want to mention, I think City did very well in these 4 games against us. And, I just have a small thinking about them because I know they had some injuries and maybe it was something who went more in our side because they didn't have all their squad.
Barcelona next, Chelsea obviously played them, in this will be the 3rd year in the semi-final in a row. You've obviously known about from the time at Lyon. Can you beat them?
We'll do everything possible to make that happen, but as you know, Barcelona has a lot of experience, lot of talent in the squad. I was watching before our game, their game against Wolfsburg, and it will be again a tough challenge, but in football again everything is possible. So I will bring all the confidence we need to go into that 2 games. But first of all, we want to enjoy because it was not easy. We had a really great performance today, so I want to enjoy, and we have some time to reflect on the games in April against Barcelona.
Enjoy it. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Jessie, please.
Hey, Sonia.
Hey. Thank you.
I wanted to ask about the decision to play Kaptein tonight. Obviously, we saw Macario start the first 2 games in 10, Micah on Sunday. What led to you picking Wieke tonight, and what were you looking for in her as a 10 in this game against them?
Did you watch her performance on Sunday on the league game?
Yep.
I think it was obvious. She had a really great performance. I think she just brings to the team a lot of quality in possession of the ball. She's a young player, but she's really confident on the ball. But also she works so hard out of possession, and I think it was something important going in against City to make sure our high press was right. So she just brought the right thing into that aspect. But also with the ball, she created a lot. She works hard for the team, so she deserved to play. And she had 2 great performances on Sunday on the league game, but again tonight.
And also, can I ask, in the first leg and in the first half on Sunday, we saw Kerolin really cause the back line those problems. In the second half and tonight, we didn't really see much of her at all. How did you approach looking to defend against her as we saw those?
Yeah, for me, Kerolin is a world-class player, so never easy for the defenders. I was a left back myself, so I was fingers crossed not to play against her because she could have caused some trouble for me. But hopefully I was not playing. But I had some video returns with Sandy and Nive Charles to try to explain to them what I was expecting them to do against Kerolin. But it's not only a 1v1. I think also as a team we had to defend Kerolin all together because again, she's really talented player and she can bring a lot into the game. But I think the way we find a better balance in the team with our left back, but also with some other players in the team was better in the second half on Sunday, but also today.
Catherine next, please.
Hi.
I know you'd obviously never want to lose a game, but I wondered whether you felt like losing that first leg actually kind of helped your team in a way, kind of having that period of suffering, making them realise, you know, not that they need a reminder of how much they want this and how much they want this trophy.
Yeah, we never do in purpose to lose games for sure, because that's never easy to turn things around. But actually, I think if you remember, I just said after the first leg, we were alive, and I knew it was possible, even if I knew the challenge will be tough. But I think, yeah, it's important also for us to be able to bounce back and to have the opportunity to lose games and see how we can react as a team. And for me, I think we put a lot of energy as a staff and myself as a manager to make sure we just, from the first leg, the last game in the Champions League against City, going into this game, we just make sure the plan was the right one. You never know until you play the game and you get a good result. But I think we, from last week going into this game, the plan with the staff and everyone, our body language and the way we showed the players we were confident going into this game was probably the right thing to do. And yeah, it's good also to learn from your players, because that's the first loss. And I think, yeah, you learn how your squad react to that. So it's important also for me.
Sandra, please.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
Congrats on winning. Just,
Thank you.
Following on from something we were saying earlier about the left backs, and just wanted to ask, no, she's technically not left back, but about Sandy Baltimore, just in terms of what she's shown you this season, but then also the performance tonight and what that says about her as a player.
Yeah, I think I'm lucky enough to have two really good left back. Niamh is one of them also. That's a luxury to be the Chelsea manager and to have to pick one of them. I think they bring different qualities into our squad and into our team, but obviously Sandy is having a really good season. Left back is not her favorite position. I just felt like she brings so much confidence in the ball when she plays in that position. She's able to hold the ball under pressure, and she has a really good left foot. She can deliver really great balls. So I think, yeah, that's important depending on the games to have this quality with Sandy. And I think, yeah, she's making an impact in her season for us. And yeah, I'm really pleased for her.
And for you, what do you take away from like facing the same team 4 times in a row and, you know, having to do things different tactically and move things around like chessboard? What's that experience been like for you?
Yeah, I would say, you know, probably we still have one game on Sunday, but you finish this block really exhausted as a manager, because you put a lot of energy, and it's even more hard when you play the same team, because you think even more. Because sometimes you just think, okay, how are they going to think I'm going to do that tactic, but maybe they think I'm doing that one, and your brain just goes crazy. So it's important to find again the right balance, not having to think too much about them, but focusing also in yourself and believe in your strategy. But yeah, again, it was tough because, as I mentioned, City is a really good team, and they just gave us hard work to put into the games and into the pitch.
Michael, please.
Hi, Sonia.
Hi.
Considering how much the tide changed from the start to half-time, you went from behind to ahead, what was your message at half-time? Did you change your approach, or did you ask for more of the same?
I just told my players, you know, when you are able to turn things around in 45 minutes and able to score 3 goals, we created a lot of opportunities. The players get excited. So again, it's important to get the right balance. But my main message was just to adjust 2 or 3 things in tactics, but also to tell them we need to go into the second half with the same mindset, wanted to score goals and with the high pressure and everything, because I think sometimes when you stop to play, this is when sometimes it's more difficult for you to perform. So we wanted to play with the same intentions from the first half going into the second half. Sometimes it's more difficult because you start to get tired, but yeah, I think we tried to do that.
Kit.
Sonia, congratulations.
Thank you.
Very magnanimously mentions the injuries that City have had, which has weakened them, but you have had a few injuries yourself, and yet it still seems you're certainly different options and had a very strong bench tonight. How important is it to have that squad depth when you had a player to yourself?
That's really important, you know. I think I already mentioned that, but coming into Chelsea, but in England, I think this league is really, really competitive. And I think if you don't have depth in your squad, it's almost impossible to achieve your goals because, as you can see, like the players are playing a lot of games with the national team, with the club, and this level of intensity is really high. And I think even when you have the opportunity to bring fresh legs into these big games, it can make a big impact. So for me, it's really important. And if you don't get the depth in your squad, it's almost impossible to perform and to be able to have big goals in all 4 competitions.
Amy, please.
Sonia, I just wanted to go back to what you were saying about talking to Sandy and Neve about Kerolin. And, you know, you mentioned Sandy's favourite position is not left back, but, you know, Neve isn't a proper left back either. I just wondered what you've been doing as somebody who used to play there yourself to kind of help them both, especially Sandy this season, have real success in a position that maybe they're just not as used to.
I think it was important in these games against City and especially against Kerolin to just tell them like your main job is to defend, because sometimes with this type of players they have a lot of quality and they want to bring quality up on the pitch, and when you do that and you have Kerolin who sometimes cheat a little bit and she doesn't defend, she stays high on the pitch, you get yourself more in trouble. So I think, I just told from the game today to Sandy, you just defend. And if at one point in the game I feel you need to go higher in the corridor, I will let you know. But just first of all, you are a defender, so defend and make sure we keep the balance in the team.
So when she gets forward and she scores, is that down to you as well?
No, it's down to her. Completely down to her. So sometimes, you need to give credit to your players. But I think I already said that.
Cool. We'll finish this section with Ishan and then we'll move on to the West Ham preview.
Hi Sonia, congratulations on
Thank
the win. So before today, Chelsea had never won a knockout tie when they've lost the first leg by more than 1 goal. You mentioned in the past that you don't care too much about the past, you're focused on the present and what you can build at Chelsea. With the records that you've broken at Chelsea already this season, is this a new and perhaps better era for Chelsea women?
I hope it will be, but again, I think I already mentioned like the fact from Emma's legacy, she just left the club in such a great place. It was something really good for me to come in and to be able to build from that legacy. I think now I'm trying to bring my own personality into the team. And we made a lot of changes this summer with some new players coming into the team. As a staff also, we made some changes, and I think, that's a transition, new era, and hopefully it will be even better. But I think Emma had such a nice success with the team, and for that reason, I already said, but I have so much respect for the work she has done.
And I thought Johanna Rytting-Kaneryd had a great game today.
Yeah.
She started the season on fire, absolutely scoring and assisting almost every game. But it seems like those goal-scoring numbers have dried up a little bit. And no matter how hard she works on the pitch and how well she plays, it seems like the ball just won't go at the back of the net for her.
Yeah.
When you have a player who's kind of going through a dry spell, like how do you help them, and what are the conversations that you have with them?
Always trying to bring her confidence, because it makes a big difference between a player who is confident on the pitch and a player who loses a little bit of confidence. But I think JoJo, as you mentioned, worked really hard for the team. She has the right mentality, and sometimes in a career or in a season you have this moment where you drop a little bit your statistics. But I think, the main thing for me is to keep the same relationship with her, just showing her my trust. And I try to do the same with all my players. Even the ones sometimes who didn't start today, they will be maybe tomorrow feeling a little bit down. but I need to show them my consideration because they are good players, and at one point they already brought impact in the team, and they will bring in the future more impact in the team. So I will need everyone to stay focused.
And just last one from me. It ended 3-0, very dominant performance. It could have been so much more with your team hitting both posts and the bar as well. At the end of the last game, you said everyone's trying to cook me. Would you say that your team cooked Man City today?
I will never say that because I have a lot of respect for the opposition, and I think I just feel like today we did a really great performance. I'm really proud of my players because they put everything on the pitch. But yeah, always I will give a respect to Man City and yeah, to all the other teams because yeah, I have already been in that situation before where I didn't win a game, and it feels like we are humans, so sometimes it's difficult. And yeah, I just want to say I'm really proud of my players. I think they deserve to win because they put all the elements into the game tonight. But again, it was tough, and yeah, credit to Man City, and I wish them all the best.